In this short video we will describe flexible or modular pathways to specialization, and how they differ from the traditional residency training route. Specialization is the highest level of veterinary education, described as level 8 of the European Qualifications Framework. That means knowledge at the most advanced frontier of the field, the most advanced and specialized skills, and the authority, professional integrity and innovation, leading to the development of the latest ideas. Flexible pathways to specialization deliver all this, but give individuals the ability to manage their time and their training, removing barriers to those passionate about achieving this standard of care. Whatever pathway, individuals will receive the same content of learning to cover the entire curriculum. At the end of any pathway, all candidates must have all the credentials required to undertake the certifying examinations, and must pass these before being able to use the term of EBVS veterinary specialist. The analogy of a road is often used to define residency training. A traditional residency program is created by a training center and their team of diplomats. Before offering a residency training program, the training center must define how they will deliver the curriculum. This sets the exact path that a resident will follow. It will include practical supervision and delivery of theoretical material. In parallel, for example, a surgery resident would receive formal training on daily morning rounds, then would consult and perform surgery under supervision, and may be involved in other teachings such as journal clubs, all on the same day. They would undertake research and publish their findings during their 3-year program. At the end of the training, the candidate sits and hopefully passes the examinations. Once defined, there is very limited flexibility in how the program is delivered. An alternative track residency is also defined before the start of a program, but usually by an individual with a potential supervisor. Alternate track residencies are 4 to 7 years in length and are usually offered when a single center cannot deliver all of the training required. It therefore will often involve travel to other centers. Again, the material is delivered in parallel, just in different places. Residents are embedded into other centers and are exposed to the same mix of teaching and clinical training. The same credential requirements and examinations must be completed. Flexible pathways are flexible, but they are not a residency. Individuals still have to receive the same training, meet the same credential requirements and sit the same examinations. It is not a shortcut. The sequence and timing of learning are driven by the individual, and there is no formal relationship similar to a residency supervisor. It is the responsibility of the individual to obtain the support they need from colleagues or through their employer. Colleges are not obligated to provide a flexible pathway, and for some, delivery of the content without the control of a supervisor may not be considered possible. To create a flexible pathway, colleges deconstruct their curriculum. They turn the content that has been traditionally delivered in parallel into its parts. The practical components, made up of direct clinical supervision, and the theoretical components, made up of teaching and learning activities, including rounds, journal clubs, research and case logs. A 3-year residency equates to 180 credits, i.e. 60 per year. These are then distributed across the curriculum, with at least 60 practical and 60 theoretical credits. Practical credits are awarded for time undertaking direct supervision in the clinic. As with a residency training program, some colleges may allow a component of remote supervision. Where this is practical, theoretical credits are awarded for time acquiring new knowledge, which may be taught activities provided by a training center, courses delivered by the college, or CPD providers, or research. To explain theoretical credits in more detail, 1 ECTS credit reflects around 30 hours of study. Theoretical credits should be largely aligned to Level 8 of the European framework, although colleges may allow limited numbers of Level 7 credits as well. Theoretical credits are awarded for activities aligned to the curriculum, as set out by the college. They can either be courses approved in advance, or the college may choose to recognize courses that deliver the same learning outcomes that have been externally accredited, for example by VetC. The flexibility in flexible pathways comes from this ability to split practical and theoretical learning, as well as from the time over which credits can be accumulated. Unlike a residency program, individuals can accumulate their credits and inform the college once they have reached 180 credits. There is no requirement to register from the outset, and if they do, they commence the countdown to completion. credits from up to 8 years can be included in a credentials submission, with any credits from before that being inadmissible. The first year after graduation and any time in a rotating internship cannot be counted towards a flexible pathway. Individuals can take career breaks of up to 4 years as shown in this example. This does mean that an individual can be working towards specialization for a prolonged period and just count the last 8 years, excluding any breaks, as long as they have accumulated the necessary 180 credits. Each college will adopt flexible pathways in different ways, and some not at all. They will define these requirements in their documentation, including the number of practical and theoretical credits that are required. For practical credits, they will determine the minimum duration of any training period, and whether remote supervision can be used. For theoretical credits, colleges will define the necessary content and methods of delivery. That will include whether prior, accredited learning can be included. The aim of flexible pathways is to create innovative solutions to address the lack of specialists, and the limited training opportunities, especially in Eastern Europe. If you have questions, please address these to your specialty college. Thank you for listening.